push.
Do you think trick titles are just for fun? What if I told you they could actually make your service dog better at their job? In today's video, we're gonna cover what trick titles are, why they matter for service dog training, and real life examples of the benefits. Denver just earned his Trick Dog Performer title, so while I'm talking about pursuing trick titles, I'm gonna be playing his Novice, Intermediate, Advanced, and Performer titles so that you can get some examples and inspiration for your own dog. Plus, then you don't have to watch my silly face yapping the whole time. Hi, I'm Laura from Doggy U, and I'm a certified guide dog mobility instructor, service dog trainer, and trick trainer who loves to show handlers how training tricks with their dog can really benefit their relationship. What are trick titles? I'll cue up Denver at just 10 weeks old, earning his Novice Trick Dog title in just a minute. But first, I want to explain trick titles and how they work. Today, I'll specifically be showing you examples of the AKC Novice through Performer trick titles. They do have an Elite Performer title, but that requires that you write a script, so I won't be talking about that one today. Do More With Your Dog also has a similar pathway of titles that you can go through if you prefer that organization. And as always, you don't actually have to go and earn these titles or submit them to AKC. You can always use these titles as a framework for your own training. To earn trick titles through the AKC, you can have them either evaluated in person by an evaluator or over video by an evaluator. So that can be submitting a video, it doesn't have to be live. For Novice through Advanced, you need to perform 10 tricks from the corresponding list for that level, or you can substitute up to 2 handler's choice tricks that are of similar level to the one that you're going for. At the Novice level, you also have the option of completing your Canine Good Citizen test and then only doing 5 additional tricks to earn your Novice title. Note that you can't use a trick more than once, so if you used it at a previous level, you can't submit it again at a higher level. Then at the 4th level, the Performer level, it's a little bit different because props are added. You still need to perform 10 total tricks, but only 3 need to be of Performer level, while the rest can be Intermediate or Advanced level. But you'll also need to include at least 3 props, such as a skateboard, a barrel, or a computer. So that's kind of the basics, but each criteria is listed at the top of the form on the AKC website, so definitely check that out for further details. A lot of people think of trick training as frivolous and silly, but that is so far from the truth. It is purposeful and skill building. While trick titles can be fun milestones for any team, they're also great at creating structure in your training. I'm all about using objective testing to help with structure. And while the Canine Good Citizen pathway, like the CGC, the CGCA, and the CGCU, can help add structure to your public access and obedience training, trick titles can give you structure towards future tasks. So without further ado, remember when Denver was a tiny little pup? We'll start with Denver's Novice title and why trick training helps develop future service dogs.
Why trick training helps service dogs. It's accessible. You can pick tricks that work for the space you have to train in, the props you have available, and the foundation skills you want to teach for future tasks. This is also great for those times where your young dog needs a break from public access work, or you're struggling with transportation or a medical event where you may not be able to go out, but you can train from your couch. It's also not weather dependent. You don't have to go anywhere, especially on hot summer days or icy winter ones where going out to train might not be accessible. Denver earned his Trick Dog Advanced title during a week of ice and snow that made leaving the house impossible. Strengthens bond and communication. Training tricks together improves timing and teamwork. Many tricks need to be shaped or captured instead of lured, so it can be a great way to practice different techniques with your dog. It also helps build confidence, especially in young or sensitive dogs. I've found that over the many years of working with people, humans approach tricks differently than they do obedience skills. They bring greater joy and lightheartedness to it. And while we should do that with all of our training, trick training feels lower stakes, which generally makes it feel more fun for you and your dog while still accomplishing training goals. Builds foundation behaviors. Many tricks mirror or build towards service tasks. I always say that tasks are just useful tricks that we proof the heck out of in all environments. Because to the dog, there is no difference between tricks and tasks, it's all behaviors. So an example is holding an object that can be parlayed into an item retrieval. Or a nose target could turn into pushing an accessible button or turning on a light. Tricks build on themselves over the course of different title levels. So you may start with teaching them to put all 4 feet on a platform in Novice, and then in Intermediate, you're asking them to do the same skill but from 10 feet away. And then in Advanced, you may be asking them to go to a mat 15 feet away and perform a few obedience cues. Or you could be teaching them to pull a bag with objects in it in Advanced, and then take that same skill to teach them to pull the covers off of you when your alarm goes off in the morning.
And hey y'all, if you're liking this video so far, I would love it if you could head on down and boop that like button. Doing so positively reinforces me for making these videos and lets me know that you want more of them.
Mental stimulation. Training tricks keeps dogs engaged, sharp, and motivated, and I like to do it throughout the life of my dog. They're always learning new things. It also prevents burnout from repetitive service dog work. Physical conditioning. Tricks often involve body awareness, strength, and balance. So for example, you're doing paw lifts, spins, backing up. This increases their proprioception, which is critical when doing public access skills like stairs, tucking into small spaces, or backing out of a tight booth or aisle. They can also be great for core strength and coordination. Prepares you for public access and task training. Training tricks teaches you how to problem solve and break down behaviors. A good trainer is one that can problem solve in the moment, or at least recognize it's not going the way that they'd like and end on a high note, and then take a step back and think through a new training plan. Trick training helps you practice your problem solving skills in a structured and low stakes way. And the better trainer we become, the better our dogs will become. It also gives your dog experience generalizing cues and working in new settings as you proof the behaviors in new locations. Finally, it's fun and confidence boosting. Titles offer measurable, confidence-boosting progress. I love training tricks in that messy middle period of puppyhood and adolescence between around 5 months and a year and a half, where they're not quite ready for more serious work yet and definitely are very much in the throes of adolescence. Training tricks gives us goals to meet, but in a fun and non-serious way. Working towards trick titles is also a great way to celebrate small wins, especially during your long training journey. It's important to reinforce your small victories for you and your dog.
So if any of this interests you, definitely check out the AKC trick titling program or the Do More With Your Dog trick titling program. And if you're one of my Inner Circle Patreon members, remember that one of your monthly benefits is that I'll review one trick title for you per month for free as part of your Patreon membership. That's how much I really do think that working towards these titles supports your service dog training goals. So what tricks have you taught that have really helped your service dog become better at their job? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to get started with a simple but flashy trick, check out this training tutorial here. Or if you want to see Cool Whip doing some fun tricks from back when she was only just like a 6-month-old little puppy, check out this video here. You all have an awesome day and happy training.